And this one's called Letting Go. And the aim is to take those people and situations which have been occupying your energies and thoughts recently and to hand them over to God in order to clear your heart and mind. So the materials are a small dish with about 1 centimetre of water in it, felt tips for colour, but nothing waxy, so don't use wax crayons for this one, a needle, a piece of kitchen paper which is bigger than the needle, and a ordinary table fork. Oh, and a pencil too. You can use pencil or you can use charcoal if you wish, if you have charcoal, so there's not much room on that piece of paper. Right, now I'm going to move the things we don't need yet out of the way and focus in a bit so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'll get the bit of paper and come in closer. And I've got my pencil and I've got the felt tips. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to make marks on the paper which are going to represent everything which has been using your mental or spiritual energy before you started this retreat. So these are things which might be weighing you down or just occupying you a lot. So start off by making marks, not drawings, but marks which represent all the situations which have been concerning you or weighing you down, or which have been taking a great deal of time and energy. Spend some time over this and ask the Holy Spirit to guide you into thinking what those things are, because they may not be the things which immediately come to mind. And so I'm just going to make some representative marks on here because I'm not doing this properly, but I would spend quite a bit of time on this if I was doing it properly. Some of the marks I might make with felt tip as well, because there might be a colour associated with how you feel about what's going on. So you might want to make some marks to represent those things too. Once you spent some time on that and waited for a few minutes to think of anything else that might come to mind that the Holy Spirit might show you, then move on to the things which you enjoy doing and which you do for relaxation and pleasure. For example, gardening or walking or emailing friends, window shopping, crosswords. Spend some time doing this and let the Holy Spirit guide you into knowing what these things are too. So I might, for instance, as I live on a river, I spend a lot of time watching the river. I might make marks to represent the river to me, or the tide. But I'm not going to do any more because I don't want to take too long. I want you to have the time to spend plenty of time doing it yourselves. So now I have on that piece of paper the marks of all the things that were weighing me down, taking my time and that kind of thing before I came. And then marks for all the things which I enjoy doing and the people that I love and that kind of thing on that piece of paper. So the next thing I'm going to do is look at it. Look at it and pray about it. And then pray that during what you're going to do, you'll hand those things over to God. So now we've got our water and our paper and a needle, and the paper, kitchen paper, has all those marks on it. Now in this case, the water in the dish is representing God and the needle is representing you. So we take the fork and we lay the kitchen paper on it like that, and then you take your needle and lay it on parallel to the tines on the fork. Otherwise it tends to roll off. And then very, very carefully lower it down onto the water. Just wait till it stops wobbling since I just moved it. So lay it very carefully down onto the water. And try and get the fork out without knocking it. Now, if you're thinking, here we've got the needle representing you, we've got the paper covered with all the marks representing things which matter to you and take up your energy and which you're handing over to God. And as that sinks through the water, think about handing those things over to God, that you're leaving them in His care while you do a retreat, and this will open up the space for you to have what He wants to give you and take those things off your mind. So, what do you notice as it sinks, and what do you notice about the paper, and what do you notice about the needle? And if I come in close, you can see how the needle is sitting on the paper on top of the water. It takes quite a long time for the paper to sink, so this is a really meditative process. Just sit and watch it, what happens. Ask the Holy Spirit to show you what it is that He wants to show you, or she wants to show you. It always sounds wrong. Just sit and watch. Then when you have finished that completely, you might like to write about it in your journal, and then maybe have a cup of tea